What is going on, guys? HappiDaze here. In today's video, we're taking on day 1 of the new season of Grand Party. Just a quick note that the reset happens in about 7 or 8 hours. You just want to make sure that if you have a chance to finish your matches before then, you want to. Otherwise, you'll be capped out at 12 wins for the season. So just a quick reminder there. This season, the real focus is on int units with the release of Lilith and Bonnie, as well as the Ace for the Pirate Rumble Sugo that was there. They're really trying to buff int units. So you'll see that they have a pretty big attack buff, pretty big HP buff, and they've basically nerfed strength and dex units. Though I think that you'll still see some dex units out there just because of what they can do. So let's go ahead and get into the matches for today. Of course, we can go ahead and lose any of the first matches. It doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to pick, let's go with this team right here. Just because we can use our Dex team to take out their quick team, then we can go ahead and use whatever other teams we want to take out either the second or the third team, just depending how that first match goes. So let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said, we do have the type disadvantage here because of the rules of the season with the Dex team, but they're still so good with that Black Bear being through the 50% HP cut. Big Mom doing the half stats and then the attack, that they just are able to fill that attack gauge super quick. And against a team like this, which is really made to take out more strength units, right? With the Akainu who does the extra damage strength, the Ezo unit there that does also damage against strength. So, like I said, we're not too worried here. We'll just go through. Yeah, it'll take a little bit longer for our specials to go off, but then once they go off, we should be able to kind of melt through their units. They are using the new Odin unit, and they do have a bunch of slashers, so they'll be able to kind of increase their cooldown speed, which is always a pain. But it is what it is. We'll just go ahead and keep plowing through. And like I said, now all our specials are coming into focus, and it should be nice and easy to go ahead and beat them. We do get special bounds for a little bit, which obviously is not ideal and stinks, but it's not a big deal. Like I said, just delays kind of the inevitable a little bit. So Blackbeard's coming with the HP cut right here, which is awesome. You can see it almost charges the gauge to 75% just him. And in essence, once Big Mom goes, we'll have our burst ready to go, and we'll use the burst to go ahead and secure that first victory. We'll just take a look. The only one who has their special ready or close to being ready is Odin, so it's not a big deal for us. And Big Mom's just going to come in over here and just help destroy. Now, we do actually have a little bit of benefit if Luffy gets below the 50%, because then he helps increase the cooldown of some of the units there. So you can see I could actually use my burst right now, but I think I'm just going to save the 2 bursts for the next match, just so I can go ahead and make sure that we get the victory. Now, as you can see, the person who I'm facing here didn't change their friend captain from a rare recruit, or did after they were done their matches for the day. So that's super helpful, because then you don't have to worry about taking any bursts in any of these matches, which just makes your chance of winning that much better. So just a quick reminder at the end of the wins for the day, just set your captain to one of the rare recruits, and it will just make it better for everyone. Okay, so for the second team, I'm just going to go ahead and end up using my int team here. I could have actually saved them for the final match because it was Psy units, but like I said, they don't have a burst, so I'm not too worried about what's going to happen here. And I have my Free Spirit team ready to go if I have to do any kind of heavy lifting, and they're pretty awesome, so I'm not worried there. Now, I do have to watch out for the Roger Whitebeard character here. Obviously, their special could probably take out 2 of my guys, so that's never good. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully a lot of our guys can get off before they're able to get their special off. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get Uta's special off before, so I think I'm just going to wait until the next match or the final match to go ahead and use my 2 bursts, just because, like I said, they'll take out 2 units with their special, which is obviously a pain, but that kind of is what it is. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use the special now. Just because, like I said, when Uta goes and Smoker and them go, I should be able to get a bunch of just charge back to it. Just make the video a little bit quicker for you guys at the end. Unfortunately for us, when we knock them out, only Kaku was left there. So that was a bit of a bummer there. But with the remaining units that we have, it shouldn't be a problem to go ahead and beat them. We'll just wait for kind of Smoker to come in and do his thing with Special Bind, and also do some damage as well. I'm actually going to go ahead and skip, just because this should be an easy match for us. And there we go. First match of the day, and we have our win secured there. So let's go ahead and take a look at the second match of the day. We'll see what teams our opponents have. So again, unfortunately in this case, you see a bunch of Luffy captains and things like that. So let's just look at some of these teams here. So you have kind of a team that's made to destroy the side team up front. Then you have your kind of free spirit team in the middle there. And then you have your side team at the bottom there. Yeah, what scares me is that G5 burst. If that G5 burst wasn't there, I would feel a lot more confident taking it on. But because it is there, that obviously just gives me pause of taking on that team. So we're going to go ahead and probably, let me just look at the first team and see what they have. Like I said, I think out of the three, the middle team probably scares me the least. But yeah, let me just take a look real quick at what the update has, and we'll go ahead and see if there's any better teams on the second page, just so we can go ahead and check that. So we did a couple pages of updating, and we found this team here. Once again, there's no Luffy Captain Burst there, so it just looks like it will be much easier to take on and beat here. Now, they do have a Strength team up front, followed by a Dex team, and then followed by a Side team. So I'm probably going to have my Side Squad go last, just to take them on. And what I'll probably do is let's see what teams I want to have here go first. I don't want to put my Dex up against them, so what I'll basically do is I will just use my Free Spirit team here up front, and then I'll use my Int team last there. Like I said, without a burst, it makes it much easier. So it just saves a lot of time doing it this way. And I really wish it let you skip all these animations loading at the front, because it's just a pain. Now, as I mentioned, Strength is nerfed this season. So you would think that this team wouldn't be that great, but you still see they almost had 70k in attack power. So it's not perfect, but like I said, because they have those nerfs, you'll see it's taking a little bit longer for their specials to charge. The only special I'm really worried about is that Luffy that's there, because you can hit through damage, but thankfully, because of the Nami and Karina, we're able to reduce cooldown, which just makes that team a lot less frightening. Lets us get a chance to have our Gear 5 get ready and do a hit, which should hopefully take out a bunch of people, as well as the after hit there. Now, my Luffy is 150, so obviously that makes a difference and helps. So that's why, like I said, I'm not really too scared of this team. You can see our burst is actually ready. I could use it, but I'm actually going ahead and save that for the final match. I should just go ahead and skip the rest of this match just to save some time for you guys. So you can see that we were able to secure victory on the first match. On the second match, it's their Int team versus our... it's going to be our Dex team versus their Dex team. I could probably use a burst here, or even probably two bursts here, if I want to just finish it quickly. So let me just check their units. Maybe I'll be able to do that just to make this battle a little bit quicker. Yeah, because they have a team here that's really meant to take on a blue team. So obviously they anticipate a lot of people like I do running some quick teams out here. So yeah, like I said, a lot of these nerfs are for if you're facing a quick team. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use my burst. I'm just going to wait till it gets a little bit closer. Just so that way when Blackbeard does his special, it will basically recharge my burst. So I can just quickly use it again to wrap up the second fight. And I'll probably use it right before Dofi goes, just to make sure that we have, we can fill that gauge pretty quickly. So you can see that one hit already took out a bunch of their units. But otherwise, it's hardly doing any damage at all to us. Once Big Mom hits, it will pretty much be over for them. Perfect. Hopefully Pell will be able to just wrap this video up right here for match number 2. All right, there we go. Match number 2 is in the bag. So let's go ahead and take a look at match number 3 and see what teams we have. I like this first team because it has that new, it has a blue team up front, which obviously our Dex team will do good against. Obviously, the team at the bottom there just does worry me just because of the units they have there. It's always a pain with the Nami and Karina because it's always a matter who gets their special off first. But what I might do is change up my team a little bit for fighting that second team, just to give you guys a showcase of what can happen if you got a bunch of the new units in terms of the new Bonnie and such. So let me go ahead, just give me 2 minutes here. I'm just going to go remove some of these units here. And I'm going to go ahead and just update just to get the units here. So like I said, I pulled the ace. I do have the ace. I'm going to replace... Actually, I'm going to keep the kid there. I'm going to replace Fuji with Bonnie. The new Bonnie that we just got. I could theoretically replace the... let's go ahead and replace Kid, actually, with Conus. Just because she further debuffs those Psy units that are there. And like I said, the good news is I still have so much... because I'm using so many non-legends, I can just fully stack that team. And you can see it's almost doing almost 80k damage. And with all the debuffs to Psy units there, it should actually make that fight super easy to take on. So let's go ahead and go back. And we're just going to take on this team again. I don't know what the captain ability of this Kaido does. But like I said, it's not going to compare to Luffy's burst, so I'm not too worried about that. So apologies that took a little bit to get through the update of my team there, but I just kind of wanted to do a little showcase for you guys on what an int team that's meant to fully kind of take out a side team looks like. I don't have the rogue unit. That's one of the only units I'm missing from the Power Rumble Sugofest. So obviously if I had him, it would be even better. But I don't have him, so it kind of is what it is. So we'll just wait here. This first match isn't too scary here. Because they don't have the new Roger Odin there, so. That fixed damage from Tesoro is obviously a pain, but like I said, as long as we can get our Blackbeard special off to get that 50% HP cut, we'll be in a good shape there. So our burst is actually ready, but because we're facing type event team, I'm actually going to go ahead and just save the burst. Like I said, when Big Mom goes, she'll take out most of the rest, so it'll just be a little bit less to worry about there. So yeah, at this point, nothing to worry about. I'm just going to go ahead and skip to the end, just because it'll be an easy victory there. So there we go. We're able to get our burst charge. And we'll go along to match number 2. So if you look at match number 2, that is their team that has the most Psy units, and I have the team that I purposely kind of made to beat Psy, so we're going to go ahead and use this team here. We're going to end up using our burst right before all the other specials are ready. Ace's special actually hits super hard against Psy units, which is good. And of course, Uda with the half stats in the hit is good. Apu also does extra damage against Psy units. So like I said, it should be just a nice, easy way to go in and get this victory. We can take the burst through there, which obviously is nothing. That was only 500 damage, so it wasn't that bad at all. And we'll just watch the match go on here. Ace is ready to go, so I'm just going to use my burst right before Ace goes and does his thing. So you can see just that burst alone just took out almost all their health. And Ace's burst right there just did absolute crazy amounts of damage. So now we just have to wait for probably Apu is the next big damage dealer that we have. And then hopefully once he goes, like I said, we'll secure that second victory. Bonnie's just going to keep us all healed to full health, which is always good. So you can see we took that Luffy hit with no problem, which was pretty crazy. And we'll go ahead and use our burst, because why not? And there you have it. There's the first 3 matches. So like I said, I think this season they're trying to force people to really use Psy units. They're not debuffed like they've been in the last couple seasons, and I think the purpose of that is so people who have a team similar to the one I just showed, we can just go in and just quickly clean up and just make it a lot easier to go ahead and beat those kind of teams. So I'm going to go ahead and set my leader to just a random rare recruit at the end of the day. I got my 3 wins. I want to make sure everyone has a chance to get the same 3 wins just like I did. So doing that will just help everyone out. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys' day 1 matches went well. You can see pretty much all the opponent's teams up until just about the 9th win. So we still have a couple days where we'll be able to kind of go through, see our teams, our opponent's teams, and be able to come up with strategies to go ahead and beat those, and finally see kind of how people are going to play at the end, right? Whether they're going to keep, you know, the meta. We've seen a lot of quick teams out there. We've seen a lot of side teams out there, a lot of free spirit teams out there. I think those will probably be the 3 most popular teams that you'll see in the season, but we'll have to see as the days go on. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, like and subscribe, and until next time, be kind to each other.